Okay, Unit 1 test preview. The first thing we did was evaluate expressions this year. When you see an A, you're going to substitute the value 4 for that A. So I have 6 times 4 minus 3. Now my B is negative 2. So I'm going to substitute in the value negative 2 for my B. Always put parentheses around negative numbers. Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer, and I'll prove it to you. 24 minus 3. Now, we're following PEMDAS. This was all about PEMDAS, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Where multiplication, division's on the same level, and addition and subtraction are also on the same level. When we get to those levels, you go left to right. Now, negative 2 squared. What happens if you don't put parentheses around the negative 2? Anybody? Anybody? You get the wrong sign. Okay? Negative 2 squared, it will give you negative 4, which actually right answer the way you put it in the calculator, because we want the number negative 2 to be squared. You have to put it in parentheses to get the right answer, which is positive 4. Please use parentheses around negative numbers and fractions. Okay? Use parentheses when you're dealing with negative numbers and or fractions. So 3 times 4, I get 24 minus 12, which equals 12. Notice I am not solving for a variable because there's no equal signs. This is an expression. In fact, number 2 is an expression. Number 3 is an expression. Number 4 is not an expression. It's an equation, okay? So be careful, please. How about number 3? My x is negative 8. So wherever I see an x, I'm going to substitute in negative 8. So I get negative 8 minus 12 divided by negative 8 plus 4. Negative 8 minus 12 is negative 20. Negative 8 plus 4 is negative 4. Negative 20 divided by negative 4 is positive 5. Don't believe me? Put it in your calculator. Calculator. Okay, everybody got their 1.3 translation sheet, correct? Okay, let's see, what does product mean? That's right, multiplication. So the product of 4x, you can leave it just like that, 4 times x. What does quotient mean? That's right, divide. X over 4, x divided by 4. Either way. How about number 7? Remember what I told you about the sum? Nope, addition, use parentheses, x and 3. We're not done, we have to take 3 times that. If you do this, is that right? No. Number 9. This is one of those tricky inequality ones, right? 7 and x. How do I write that 7 is no more than x? No more, huh? That's if I'm taking 7 away from x, but I don't want it to be any more than x. I want it less. No more is the same as saying less than, right? 7 less than, no more than x. Can it be x? Can it be x? Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, as Bob Seger would say, turn the page. Number 11. The Smiths pay 25 cents for apples at the orchard, plus $5 just for picking their own apples. So they have to pay somebody to use their labor. Sounds like a very liberal democratic process to me. Write a variable expression, so no equal sign, for the amount of money the Smiths pay based on the number of apples they buy. Okay, what is my x equal? That's right, the number of apples they buy. What is it? 25 cents per apple. And then they had to pay somebody $5 to let them work for them. That's almost communism. And that's my expression. We don't need an equals because it's an expression. Get it? Expression, expression. Okay, 13 through 16 are one-step, two-step, I think even three-step equation problems. 13. You should be able to do this one in 2 steps. I can do this in 2 steps. Subtract 8 from both sides. Now, I'm still getting people that are subtracting 8 from one side of the equation. Put a dotted line there if you must. It will help. Bring down the minus 8 equals 12 minus 8 is, oh, what am I doing? Minus x. 12 minus 8 is 4. I have to get rid of the minus sign because there's a negative 1 there, right? So I'm going to divide by the coefficient, negative 1. And I get negative 4. Good. Thank you, sir. What about 15? Now, this is an inequality. What do we have to watch for when we're doing inequalities? What do we have to watch for? When you multiply or divide by a negative number, flip the sign. Okay, number 15. I also highly suggest that you keep the variable on the left-hand side. Okay? Because we could use that rule to, when we go to graph these, to follow the arrow. So I'm going to add 7x to both sides of my inequality. You can put a line here just like equations. Do not combine these like terms. I get 7x minus 5. We're adding, so we don't have to worry about flipping the sign. These add up to 0. I get 2. Add 5 to both sides. So I get 7x. We added, so don't worry about flipping the sign. 7. Then divide by the coefficient, 7. We're dividing by a positive number, so keep the sign. Then you go to graph these. Yourself a number line. Here's my number 1. Open or close circle. Right, open. And since I kept my variable on the left-hand side, I'm going to follow the arrow. A lot going on in that problem. I will start you on number 14. What's the easiest way to get rid of a fractional coefficient? By. I'm going to pull the x out since it's in the numerator. Okay, I'm going to divide it just like if it was a regular number, right? So I would divide by 3/12. When you're dividing fractions, you're actually multiplying the reciprocal, right? Now, can you guys get it from there? Okay. No. I would highly suggest using a calculator. Again, put fraction in parentheses on your calculator. These are all going to cancel the 1. 1 times x is just x. All right, let's see. 17 through 22, you're just simplifying expressions. I'll do 21. I have to distribute the minus 4. Not doing anything to the 2. Negative 4 minus 3 times 3n is minus 12n. Negative 4 times a positive 1 is negative 4. It's not, don't put a plus 1 there. Don't put a plus 4. Don't put a minus 3 or a plus 5. You are multiplying those two numbers. Combine your like terms. The only like terms I have are my constants. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Questions, comments, concerns? Huh? I set up 14. It's almost done. No. What was the other one? 16. Be careful. It's locked in our numerator. So what do I have to do? I have to get rid of my denominator. So it's being divided by 5. I have to undo it, multiply it by 5. This cancels to 1. 1 times my numerator gives me my numerator. 4 times 5, 20. And you can get it from there. How about 27? First of all, my x is locked in this numerator and that fraction. I can't even get to that until I isolate this fractional term. So the first thing I have to do is subtract 4 from both sides. So I get my fraction x minus 6 divided by 7. My x is still locked in there. Equals 15 minus 4, 11. Now I have to unlock my x, my numerator. The only way I can do that is to multiply it by the denominator, 7 or 7 over 1. These multiply to 1. 1 times my numerator is just my numerator. X minus 6. 11 times 7 is 77. Add 6 to both sides. And my x equals 83. Now 29, we didn't do any perimeters, but it's not that hard. How do I find the perimeter of any polygon? That's right, add up all the sides. Yeah, if you want to do it that way, I mean, technically it's x plus 3 plus 4x plus 2 plus x plus 3 plus 4x plus 2, and it equals my perimeter, which is 100 feet. Now, it would have been easier, yeah, if I just combined the terms 1x plus 4x plus 1x plus 4x is 10x. You're doing the same thing, you're just combining like terms. $10x, and then your constants 3, 5, 8, 10. Subtract 10 for both sides. And you get 10x equal 90. So what is x going to equal? Divide by the coefficient 10. Very good. Then we did our word problems. Got a few word problems on the test. I'll set number 30 up for you. Jessie spent 2/3 of her savings on a new coat. The coat cost $60. How much were her savings before she bought the coat? So x equals savings before purchase. So she spent 2/3 of her savings, and that was $60. So all you have to do is multiply both sides by the reciprocal. Number 31. For babysitting, Mary charges $3 per hour. So I'm going to let 8 equal the number of hours. And $2 for transportation. So she charges $3 per hour plus an automatic $2 for transportation, and she had the total of 17, which is usually on one side of the equal sign for this course. Yes, ma'am. Huh? Okay, I got to subtract 2 from both sides. I get 3h equals 15. I'm going to divide both sides by the coefficient 3. So how many hours? 5 hours. I'm gonna write down the grade that I think you're gonna get on the test. Okay, last page. Everybody's favorite, dimensional analysis. Number 33. At the fair, the octopus ride does 150 rotations per minute. About how many times would you expect to spin per second? So we're looking for unit rate, correct? Unit rate. So we're going to multiply this all out. All right, my minutes canceled. That leaves me with rotations per second, which is what we want. My numbers, 150 times 1, 150. 1 times 60 is 60. I'm going to put this all in my calculator. I got 150 divided by 60, 2.5 rotations per second. Easy peasy. And the last one I'm doing, number 35. Jordan bought some material for $5.60 per yard. They even put it in there for us. $5.60 per yard. She's going to cut them up into ribbons to braid for school spirit bracelets. Find out how many cents per inch the materials cost so she can determine how much to charge them per inch. So again, we're looking for a unit rate. We're going to have to multiply it out. They were kind enough to put $5.60 per yard. I need to change yard to inches. And from my handy dandy little chart up here, I know that there's 1 yard and 36 inches. So my yards cancel. And I'm in inches. That's a good thing. And also from my handy dandy chart up here, I can get 100 cents per dollar. So I'm going to get rid of my dollars. I'm going to put that in the bottom so that these cancel. Let's see, that was $1 per 100 cents. So I multiply across. Gives me 560 cents per 36 inches. And if I put that in my calculator, 560 divided by 36, I get 15.56. 15.56 cents per inch. Questions, comments, concerns? Any other questions?